All right, this should be your last video. I'm also going to show you at the end the student example. I will put it in Classroom as well. She did a great job, and I have it here for you. So, how to write concluding paragraphs. So this is your last of your 5 paragraphs you were going to write. And remember, you need to have your rough draft into me by December 8th, okay? So make sure you guys are taking the time to watch these and complete this stuff, okay? So your conclusion will conclude by restating your topic in words that are different from those in paragraph 1. This is kind of an overview, bring it back, understand it. It's great. You're bringing your reader full circle by returning to the main idea in your introduction. Okay, so you're wrapping everything up. Okay, so you have to summarize paragraphs 2, 3, and 4. So each of your body paragraphs you're going to bring together. You will not use new information. You will only use information that you have provided within those areas. You will also never put a quote in your conclusion because therefore you would be adding new information. Your job is to show the reader how the arguments, explanations, examples, or descriptive details you made fit together. How is everything tied together? Why? What is a career in psychology or whatever you are doing? Okay. You will write what you think and feel, but you will do it without saying I, me, my, or we, or any of those. You're going to end with a statement that makes the reader think or smile, right? Use a quote. Nope, no quotes. You can use a metaphor or a simile. Propose a solution to a problem which you don't have because you have no problems. These are not about problems. This is only about the career. This is what you're going to do. You're going to explain how the ideas you presented apply to real life, to getting that job, to becoming that person, right? Draw a one sentence conclusion that leaves a memorable impression. Your last sentence, right, should leave a memorable impression on your reader. So ending with a rephrased thesis statement that contains no substantive changes. This is avoiding. You're going to end this. You don't want to do these things. Don't focus on a minor point in the essay. Don't conclude with a sentence tacked on to your final point. And don't introduce a new idea or subtopic. Okay? You don't want to do these things. You want to leave your reader with a clear end, understanding, a wrapping up of everything you talked about. You don't want to hit the minor points. You don't want to put random information that doesn't belong. This is just a concluding paragraph. You do not want to apologize for your view. That is not what a conclusion is for. Not that we're asking for your view, so we don't really have to worry about it. Sorry, my bangs are being in my eyeballs. Do not attempt to make up for an incomplete structure. If you say you will discuss 4 books and only attempt a complete discussion of 2 books, do not try to cover the remaining of the text in concluding paragraphs. In such a situation, it's best to limit your paper to topics you can realistically cover. Again, we have that provided for you. We tell you exactly what to put, so no additional information should be put in there. Okay, this is what you should do. Include a brief summary of the paper's main points. Ask a provocative question. Use a quotation. I don't want you using quotations unless you can tie it in. It's nothing new. Okay, that's the only way you can use that, is if it really fits. But so I'm just going to go with don't. But if you do, and you can do it appropriately, that's okay. Evoke a vivid image. So that imagery, put that in there. Call for some sort of action. You guys aren't going to do that because you're not writing a persuasive essay. You're also not going to end with a warning. Universalize compared to other situations. You can do that because it's a career. Okay, and then suggest results or consequences. Again, you're not going to do that because we're not talking about you. We're talking about a career and how you become that. And then that's it. So that's it. That's all there is for a conclusion. You can fast forward, rewind, pause, all of this at once, and you'll be fine. Okay, I do want to show you this paper, okay, and why I think it was great. So let's look over it really quick. She's got all 5 paragraphs, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're all substantial length, right? That is a great start. So think about the many important roles and factors that go into pregnancy. While a lot of people think it is just growing pains and strange cravings, there are other thoughts and worries constantly running through a parent's mind. For example, questions that parents often include: how can we keep this baby safe during these harsh 9 months? What can I do to make delivering my child less painful? Overthinking and worrying plays a large role in pregnancy, especially for the carrier of the child. This is where a childbirth educator comes into play. A childbirth educator provides information, guidance, and support for expecting parents, helping the parents to make the safest and healthiest decisions during pregnancy, labor, delivering the child, and sometimes even during postpartum. So we know exactly what is going to be written about, right? So they start with this opening, and it makes you think. Think about the many important roles and factors that go into pregnancy, right? That there's a lot. So this person opens up with this thought-provoking, this hook that allows you to know exactly what's going to happen. And then they talk about, those problems, right? And then they jump right into, well, this is why this is a career, right? So they give us their topics for their 3 paragraphs inside. Okay. So one of the most important things a childbirth educator provides in education is education, hence the name of the career. Usually, and in most cases, a childbirth educator teaches in the maternity ward of a hospital, but the locations can vary. So right there, we already know what they're doing. They're giving education, and it tells you where. Locations can vary, but generally in the ward of a hospital. Sometimes they can teach in birthing centers, which are separate from hospitals. These centers are more home-like and for parents who decide to give birth outside the hospital. Others teach in community centers, which help the educators reach a wider audience and sometimes provide more information. Some host private practices where they provide information and teachings for a smaller group. Occasionally, the educator might even teach at the client's home. Online platforms are another way for childbirth educators to provide information and may even host live classes for their clients. So already, this is like all the different places they can work, who they work with. And then lastly, many childbirth educators teach at schools and universities like nursing school or health classes, offering the following: maternal and child health care. So this whole paragraph talks about the education they provide and where that is, right? So that goes right back to their thesis. Then we look at their second body paragraph, which is another topic altogether. Another very important quality that childbirth educators possess is the ability to comfort and provide coping strategies for parents. So this is a section that's going to talk about how they take care of their clients, right? Many expecting parents constantly think about the things that could go wrong. And while those thoughts are sometimes reasonable, the stress isn't healthy for the child or the parents, especially the parent carrying the child. A childbirth educator can provide breathing exercises, answers to any burning questions in the back of a parent's head, emotional and physical support, and can help teach strategies to manage stress. So they keep going on and talking about this. Childbirth educators can educate their clients and ease their worries. In a blog of the childbirth educator called Birthing from Within, the blog says, taking a compassionate, matter-of-fact approach discussion about cesarean birth normalizes this kind of birth and helps parents start to think about cesarean birth in a more nuanced way than just procedure to avoid. She introduced it. She had a great quote. She has the author's name. She's got the in-text citation correctly done with the period at the end. But then she explains it. Okay, so you have to explain how your quote supports your answer. And you're going to do this throughout. The next, she talks about the money, and then she's got her conclusion. Okay, she does not add any new information. okay? This is going to be put in Classroom for you, so you guys can kind of look through it, okay? So if you have any questions, you can call, email, text, and I will be happy to get back to you.